the day's finally here. Let's throw the exhaust on the Panigale V4. There we go, got it out of the wrapper. That's what we decided to go with. Of course, Ducati and Termignoni, classic combination, synonymous with each other. Now, of course, Ducati does more things with Akrapovic, but Termignoni is always a classic with these bikes. It's got the garage all prepped. Aston Martin's pulled out of the garage, Aprilia's out of the way. Panigale V4, freshly lowered. If you guys watched my last video, you saw me install the Ayala lowering link. Now, Ayala said it was supposed to drop the seat height about 20 millimeters. It looks like it was closer to 3/4 of an inch to an inch. If you saw my last video, spot where I had marked on the cowl to take my measurement, that particular area dropped about an inch. As far as seat height goes, it's kind of hard to measure it, but my measurement using a level and just doing as best I can to keep the bike completely straight up and down was about 32.75, is about 32 3/4 inches. So we'll see if we keep it this way. I really only wanted to drop the bike the 20 millimeters that Ayala said it would drop. Obviously it dropped a lot more than that for whatever reason. Again, I think it has something to do with this being a 2023. The 2022 and newer V4s have a higher seat height than the prior generation. So that may have something to do with it. I don't know if I'll keep it this way, but we'll give it a try at least for the moment. So first things first, let's go ahead and weigh everything. We're gonna weigh the huge catalytic converter and exhaust can with the valve and the heat shields, and we'll see how much lighter we are by going with the Termignoni setup. And then we can go ahead and start installing. Okay, there's our stock system with the heat shields. The valve is also on there. 17 pounds, 7.8 ounces, so pretty heavy. Oh yeah, here's a clip of the stock exhaust with the valves open. Surprisingly, these bikes, when the valves are open, they actually sound pretty good. Okay, so let's drag this Termignoni setup and let's see what it weighs. Now, before I forget, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. Same handle here, Ride with Kai. So this is all what's included. We've got some carbon fiber heat shields. We've got one of the silencers there. Looks like we've got a litany of hardware. So let's go ahead and pull all that out. They do give us an installation guide, which is cool. Hopefully it's helpful. We all know sometimes instructions that come with these things are not helpful at all. And other silencer. And then of course our Upmap, which we'll install later too. So first silencer, we're gonna probably have to piecemeal this measurement. But silencer, let's throw our hardware on there. Yeah, let's just stick with that. So that's 6 pounds, 3 ounces, pretty heavy. Okay, let's throw our other silencer on. Again, this one feels pretty heavy too. Okay, let's throw these heat shields on. 5 pounds, 11 ounces. So that's 5, 14. So 11 pounds, 14 ounces, damn near 12 pounds. So pretty heavy. So it looks like the Termignoni setup, it's just a hair under 12 pounds. So kind of unfortunate that's heavier than I was hoping it was gonna be, but we'll still lose about 5 pounds. Looking at these instructions, I just remembered something. The old versions of this exhaust, they actually used to come with an air filter. The new ones don't. So a little advice, the instructions are pretty good, and the way the parts are labeled are pretty good, but the pictures are, as you can see, not so great. So the online instructions, they actually have better pictures. So if you need to see little detailed stuff like which way the bushings go, you're gonna have to go online to get some real detailed pictures. But anyways, Got the new, this is a Termignoni bracket, the old bracket. This is the OEM Ducati bracket. You have to remove it, put on the Termignoni one. And looks like we can go ahead and hang this silencer. Okay. Oh man, lines up perfectly. Got the right silencer all hung. Pretty straightforward. One weird thing though, Termignoni doesn't specify a nut for this here, for this fastener, so hopefully they cover that later, but that's kind of strange. They didn't cover that in the instructions. So if you do this install, watch out for that. Next tip, and this is really frustrating that Termignoni doesn't give a better depiction or any depiction at all of how this is supposed to go, but for your exhaust hangers, that is the order in which they need to go. So on the innermost part, it needs to have the aluminum sleeve, then the rubber washer, and then that rubber isolator goes from the outside. So to clarify, these are your parts for your exhaust hangers. It's 9, 10, and 11. So from inside to outside, it needs to go 9, 11, and then 10. So something else that's not really covered in the instructions, and this video is not meant to go through each and every single step. I'm just covering kind of the tricky stuff that the instructions just completely omits or is not very clear. But what you need to do is these come with the kit. You have to put these 2 U-clips on the left side silencer, and this bracket here is for the chain guard, and then you're going to use these 2 little screws here to hold it on. So there are these little U-clips you need to use, and basically they go on like that, and that's what holds the carbon covers on. So I don't know if it's just a variance in this piece of carbon or whatever, but I actually had to modify the U-clip to work. So you can see on the left is how it used to look, and this is how it looks after I had to modify it. Wonderful. And it doesn't matter which direction. So remember earlier I had mentioned there's this stack of rubber isolators and spacers. There's no combination that gets me enough clearance to where it's not hitting that other pipe. So I guess I'll have to put some washers, maybe some additional washers in there. I see that Termignoni gives you 2 extra washers, and I'm wondering if that's what that's for. It's gonna be hard to see, but I stacked those remaining washers that came with the kit, and that gave me just enough. I mean, it's probably gonna hit sometimes, but it gave me just enough to where it's not gonna come in contact with this pipe. So not too bad. I had to just modify that U-clip a little bit, and then had to mess with the washers to try to get some clearance there. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard to design and send out parts that don't need these kind of modifications, especially that cost this much. So install is complete. Of course, we still have to flash it, but let's go ahead, let's pull it outside. Let's take a look in the sun. I'm not gonna put all the fairings on it yet. I'm gonna run the bike for a while, tighten everything up again, and then put the whole thing back together. There it is in the sun. Still kind of have to wipe it down a little, but At least get an idea of what it's gonna look like. Looks like we still have ample ground clearance there. I was a little bit worried because I had heard that the clutch side of these silencers, they hang down pretty low. And it does, but I think it'll still be okay even with it lowered. Let's hop out and over to the other side. We see here on the kickstand, it is a little more upright, but I mean, it's about the same as my V2. Even on this side here, those silencers look pretty good. Termignoni, Ducati, pretty classic combination. I don't know, guys, I like it. It looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing flashed. Of course, this Termignoni setup, it comes with an Upmap T800. When you flash a bike, you should always put the bike on a charger, just like that here. I double checked to make sure that this was not a lithium battery, it was a lead acid battery. I've heard some of the V4Ss come with a lithium, but you know, just double check and make sure that it's not. If it is a lithium, you have to use a different type of charger. I'm not gonna video or record this portion because there's already a bunch of videos on YouTube on how to do this, and with the Upmap flash, it's really simple to use with the Upmap app. Okay, Upmap is installed. Bike is all reflashed. Had a little issue with the Upmap. It froze the first time around, so I kind of got a little iffy on that. I didn't want to close the application and like brick my ECU, but basically got stuck at 1% for an hour. So what I did, I just ended up just closing it after that hour, restarted it, and everything was fine. So if that happens to you, just know that it won't brick your ECU. Okay guys, first startup. You're gonna get my actual reaction. I have not started this yet, so it's either gonna blow up or it's gonna sound really good, so let's see. Sounds pretty good. It's pretty subdued. It's got a good tone to it, but it's not that loud. So I'm sure once some of that packing burns off in there, it'll get a little bit louder. But I mean, these bikes to me, the 1103cc Ducati engines, they don't sound that good to me really. So I didn't want to put a super loud exhaust. I've heard the Aeros and the Acras in person on these bikes, and they don't sound good to me at least. These sound better, at least in my opinion. You know, everybody's mileage is gonna vary, but pretty happy with this. Just hopefully it gets a little bit louder over time. So got it all back together, fairings are on. Let's go ahead and take a look. I got it pulled outside so we can get a really nice look at it. I'm also gonna try to get a little bit better sound clip for you guys right now too. There it is, all in the sun. Let's take a more detailed look at it. There we go, Termignoni. I've got the DB killers out of it. Looks a lot better without the DBs in there. Now these do have gloss carbon heat shields. That's why I didn't buy any carbon for this bike yet. I wanted to decide on the exhaust first because some of the exhausts for this bike are dry carbon, some are gloss. This one's gloss, so since I want everything to match, I'm gonna go ahead and get gloss carbon, everything else. But A lot of cool little details on this exhaust. It has the blue straps, which are pretty cool. This is a nice detail as well. This Termignoni portion is actually raised, which is a nice little touch. The billet end caps, they look really nice. I assume they're pretty heavy though, which is kind of the downside, but it is a nice look. It gives it a nice, you know, high-end feel. Those exits are pretty big, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds you of like a double barrel shotgun almost. Let's go ahead and hop on over to the other side. Kind of a nice look. It does hang a little low. I wish Termignoni would have figured out a better way to give you a little bit more clearance, but a lot of detail. Again, we see the gloss carbon, we see the blue titanium straps there, the nice Termignoni logo, and then the billet end cap there. I do like that. So on the 2022 Plus Panigales, they went with a lot of black. So the rear sets, for example, are black, whereas the prior generations, these are actually silver. The little Ducati logos, they're black now instead of in the past they were white. So I think going with a black exhaust kind of goes with that color scheme, the whole red and black deal. Without further ado, let's see if we can get you guys a little bit better sound clip. So that's a Termignoni slip-on exhaust on a 2023 Panigale V4. Sounds pretty good. I like the detail on it. I like that it's black and it does match the kind of color scheme of the bike, the whole red and black deal. A lot more coming up for the V4, carbon fiber, removing the factory mirrors, going with bar ends, changing the turn signals. I'm going to switch my Marcassini wheels off the Panigale V2 onto this V4 as well. So way more coming up for the bike. I'll be doing some more reviews and everything as well. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. See you on the next one.